On to 8th place. 8th place, we have Carson Panos playing as Nomu. I love this deck. I think this deck is very, very cool. I think Death Nomu is the proper Nomu now that Coordinate Effort has been put to rest, exclusively off of the back of this card right here, Agitation. I think Agitation is so good in this character. Turning all of your moves into potential draw ones makes this 5-hand size monster insane. We saw Carson on stream build 2 of these on turn 1, and it said that he was going to be a 7-hander for the rest of the game, which is insane. 7 health. 7-hand size, 35 health character is nuts. I think that he found literally the worst matchup that he could have inside of his top 16 match, in order to push him there, and that was Marquise's Sato. Due to complications, Nomu ended up pushing on, but the match was definitely Marquise. But yeah, let's take a look at the deck. So we've got Turn to Dust, Berserker Blow as the main 2 attacks that we want to open and lead with, so that we can then Howitzer Impact on a 4 difficulty and give it a ton of speed, a ton of damage. So the way that Nomu reads is he says that your attack gets a damage bonus equal to its printed difficulty, and Howitzer's printed difficulty is a 6, even though we are using the static on the card to reduce its difficulty down to a 4, essentially. Being able to play things like Turn to Dust and then Berserker Blow replacing itself. Berserker Blow is the best card in the deck in order to impact Howitzer Impact. I think this card probably should have been a 4 of. But it's tough to say. Like, I would rather see this at a 4 of and then this at the 3 of, rather than vice versa, unless we need high blocks. Question mark, which we do. Okay. Yeah, we got. Yeah, this is fine, I guess. This is fine. I mean, he knows the deck better than I do. Decaying Grip. I love this card. I love this card in here. I wish that we were. I mean, we're sideboarding 2 more. I don't know why there's not a Shigaraki in our board. With things like Naval Laser Beam, with things like Decaying Grip, with things like we could have easily taken out. I mean, we're putting in a 4th Night Watch over top of a character that sometimes just washes other characters. I think if I made one big huge change, this would be a Shigaraki 100 out of 100 times. All in all, yeah, I think this list is good. It's great. Action wise, 4 Evil Gaze, double price for piece. I think this card is sick inside of Nomu, and he might be the character in set 1 that plays it the best, because he gets to turn every time that he finds a bonus attack, he essentially makes it 2 attacks, right? Like, this 5 damage move is not a 5 damage move, it's a 10 damage move, and if he has to price for piece in order to grab a bunch of stuff, he rocks it. Onto Foundations, triple Night Watch, which is sick because we're playing 6 actions inside of our 5-hander. I think that's totally fair, especially because of how Price for Piece works. You can play it as your first form, discard your whole hand, then redraw, and then it gets shipped off to the discard pile so that your Night Watch is live. Stunning. Latent Skill, just more copies of Signature Right Swing. They don't hit you though. They get to sit and wait. Agitation, 1/6 to low block, perfect. Let's Fight Bad Guys is great. Agitation's, Arrogant Disposition's really good because of the amount of 5 diffs we're playing, right? 5 diff. This is kind of a 6 diff, right? It's a 6 diff sometimes because sometimes we don't have to destroy cards. 5 diff, 5 diff. This is a 4 diff in most characters, but like it is technically a 5 diff in like something like the Mirror Match or like versus Ochako 2, which is a very another prominent character that gets shown off in the meta. And so having these 6 checks to accidentally rip one off the top to like save you some ready resources might be enough to keep you alive to use your response. Let's Fight Bad Guys. We give damage that gives speed. Agitation lets you draw cards. Tight-Lipped says that we get the most value out of our cards with things like Berserker Blow and Howitzer Impact. And Turn to Dust and Howitzer Impact, right? We get the most out of it. If I've got a committed villainous entrance, maybe I committed it due to its own ability, I will flip give my thing stun 1, I'll flip it for a bonus damage, I'll destroy it for the Turn to Dust cost. I feel great. I've used every ounce of this card that I possibly can, and it's a 0 diff with a 1 mid block. Feels great. Someone decided to 2 of is interesting. It's interesting to go for 2 and not 3, because this is the other way to trigger your Howitzer Impact without seeing these opening cards, right? Like, you could find a signature right swing and then pops a foundation with someone's style, and now your howitzer's online. So interesting that we're only playing 2 and not the 3, but we do have 2 more in the side, probably to deal with stun. For first day, it's like the safer version of Arrogant. It just lets you swing a little harder, a little faster. The scariest time that Nomu exists is on turn 2 with a deck like this. 4 Apathetic feels great. 4 Villainous Entrance is wonderful. 1 Mediator is neat tech. It's just good spam. Stats-wise, playing 64 cards. Blocks are well-rounded. Yeah, I think this is great. I would leave this main board exactly where it is. The only change that I would make is I would take the Night Watch out for Shigaraki. Unless he has some, like, moral code where he, like, I gotta make it happen with Nomu. I don't think there's a reason not to play Shigaraki in this slot. I think that there's just some decks that Nomu just like might accidentally lose to, like a Flash Jiro. Like, what do you do? Like, actually, what do you do? Shigaraki at least gets to try and fight that deck back. Or yeah, maybe like an Eraserhead. Like, what does Nomu beat Eraserhead? I don't know. I don't have enough experience. But that's the only suggestion that I would make. On to our 7th place, we've got Jacob. Our 3rd and final All Might. We've got... Yeah, this is All Might under good. Jacob Donardo. Let's see what his list looks like. His list looks more like Chris Smith's than Saul's. 4 chop, 4 jab makes sense. Only 3 Texas Smash. This is the first time I've ever seen this in a deck. I think this is interesting. 4 reverse throw. I mean, obviously, Saul wasn't playing reverse throw, was he? He was just playing big swing moves, huh? Cool. I like that. 3x Hardened Pummel. I love this in the main board. Double setup, 1 full cowling. I think this card as a 1 of in your All My decks is so good. 3 Capsule Evildoers is great. The 1 in the sideboard is wonderful. The 4th Hardened Pummel. Whenever you're fighting these decks where you see your opponent is like all these water decks running 4x plus Ultra in their main board, this card just says absolutely not. No, thank you. Under the foundation, so attack lineup wise, I think this list is great. I think this list is super good. And I think if I was gonna play like a real honest version of All Might, this is probably almost the exact lineup that I'd be playing. I'd maybe try and find room for a single Heroic Strike, because I think that card is really good into the Deadlock. It's like an attack version of pull no punches. It's cool. Determined Victory Smash. I think that card sucks, man. I think that card's not very good. I think the only character that's allowed to play Determined Victory Smash is All Might 1. I think he gets away with it, but like anybody else, I don't think so. Triple note taking for Destin, 4 bonds, 4 it can't be fixed. This is all fine. Harden feels great with the triple in the board. Interesting, we're only playing 2 because we're doing it. Excuse me? Why is this card in here? Is it in here just because we're sideboarding in Midoriya because we're the manliest man of all time? Huh. Why is Determined Victory? It must just be because of Midoriya. Maybe we take out one of these Hardened Pummels for a Determined. Ugh, Jacob, I hate to tell it to you, brother, but this card is hella bad. I would rather play Pummel 7 days a week rather than bother with Determined. Yeah, this is crazy to me. Anywho, I do love the Midoriya sideboard though. I think good players can play Midoriya. I believe that. Special sound, passing the torch, celebrity status, pull no punches, self-sacrifice, good impressions. Yeah, this looks exactly like the list that this almost looks like over here. This almost looks like pound for pound my exact Midoriya list that I took. How many cards? We're at 62. He's at 63. It's because he's got 1 more pull no punches in a main board than me. He's got 2 more Hardens. I wasn't playing double Harden. I wasn't playing manly. I was playing 1x whatever. Yeah. I feel like I playtested against this guy last week before this event because he was high on that card. He was high on Determined? Man, I don't... When is its stats ever... Like, I guess you can plus Ultra it, right? But how do you give it the extra 5? Texas? And then 1 self-sacrifice? I guess. Determined Victory Smash and Grin is hilarious. You were correct about that, Scavenger. All in all, I think this deck's just incredibly, incredibly fair. I think this is like the fairest version of this deck. Yeah. I don't know. I would take out the Determined. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe put in another plus Ultra. Have it so you have double plus Ultra. I think plus Ultra is super worth it because play a move into Texas Smash, into reverse throw, into plus Ultra is phenomenal. It's very, very good, especially in the Midoriya deck. I think you can get it to the buff, but is the juice worth the effort to squeeze? Yeah, it's definitely not. Definitely not. Man. If this card said like 10 or greater, I'd be so in. That'd be tight. Also, literally, you get it up to 15, and then your opponent like looks at you funny and plays 1 self-sacrifice, and then you go, I guess, yep, I won't put this thing back in my hand. This is my biggest issue with this thing in Kirishima, right? Kirishima's just like, I guess I'll lift for -2 damage, and you're like, no, my 13 damage move, because it doesn't say if it has hit 15 or greater. It says that if it is 15 or greater. Crazy. All in all, I think this is the most fair All Might that we've seen, and I give Jacob big kudos for playing it so expertly. Yeah, all the way to his 7th place finish. Moving on, we have Rico Cross playing Ochako 1 under life. This is our 3rd Ochako playing the life symbol. Playing a very incredibly similar lineup. The big thing that's missing here is we are playing the Meteor Shower, but we're not playing the ambush to hit the quick loop. We're not even playing it in our sideboard. Are selling out for the Tongue Smacks, which is great. Only 2 lashing. 3 naval laser beams. 3 naval laser beams is crazy. This man wanted my opponent not to have any fun. What the heck? But I want to have fun. Wow, 2-minute block breaker 2 feels wonderful. Especially under the wall cling. This feels great. Look, this is a right exclusively the water symbol had access to, but now we're doing it under life. This is rad. Yeah, we had breaker here, feels good. Once again, setup strike coming in clutch for these life Ochako decks. I think this might be the new turning point. Like, this might be the thing that like sells me on life more than the air symbol. It might exclusively be setup strike and how useful this card is in this character. Like a 3 high for 5 that says my next one's a 9 high for question mark, and then pick this thing back up and then play it again, or even like snap the momentum, play another setup strike, use the momentum instantly, and then get rid of it. Like I mean, it's good, right? Like given your fog lashings plus 6 speed, sometimes like might be the thing that just gets you there. I think the biggest thing with this deck that I'm noticing is this deck is almost exclusively a Meteor Shower deck, right? It like really wants Tongue Smack to work in order to make your like it wants to find all these Tongue Smacks on 2 so that then we can Meteor Shower loop, right? And then, like, we maybe kill them with a lashing later, and we just, like, stall out our game plan until we get enough face downs at the lashings. Like, picking up triple lashing is like, good enough, right? Constantly leveraging this safety 3's advantage on the Tongue Smack, right? Yeah, this is interesting. This is probably the most defensive build that we've seen so far for Ochako in any top cut ever, exclusively because of the triple naval laser beam. They just want to play really disruptive. I dig it. Once again, triple instant shining flash. I wonder how much work this card put in. I feel like this card's not very good currently. Just because like the best cards against it, I said it before, and I think in the previous video, this card's really good versus air decks, but it's got this terrible block. That's the question. 2 Gravelifts in the sideboard. Is there any way we can make room in the main board? We are playing a tight 51, so probably not. We probably would have to cut these 2 naval laser beams. And so he valued main board disruption over main board aggression, which I think is great. And obviously, which it worked out, right? 6 places is nothing to sneeze at. But we'll continue. Bonds of Friendship, 3 of, wonderful. I mean, it's a 3 of because we had to make cuts because we're playing a 51 card deck, right? Triple Rescue completed, fantastic with things like Frog Lashing in order to re-ready these face downs. This deck had found room for the 4 Amphibious, okay. Triple Infinite Potential, Chad, I think this card sucks. I mean, the best thing about this card is the 1 high block, right? This deck is not playing the Encouraging Training Partners, but it's over here in the sideboard. No first villain encounters. It's over here in the sideboard. I think this card being cut is totally fine because we're not playing the Amphibious Ambush. I think that's great. All in all, I think taking a lot of these 3-ofs and turning, or a lot of these 4-ofs and turning them into the 3-ofs, right? Release, Tight-Lipped, Infinite Potential, Passing the Torch is only a 3-of. I think this is the right call in order to slim this deck down. Our blocks, double digits, guys. You gotta make them double digits. Get rid of one of these. Get rid of one of these. What do we get rid of? We get rid of one more Tight-Lipped, and we put in another Self-Sacrifice. Bingo, bango, bongo. We got it. We figured it out, chat. We figured it out. I guess like that'd be another reason to put in the instant shiny flashes, right? They're just 1 low blocks. I just think that the low block is like important. I think it's so important. I think it's so important. How many indiscriminates did you die to? That's what matters to me. I feel like Wallcling could have been a 3 and the Bonds of 4. The big thing about Wallcling is if you look at the rest of the lineup, right? As you go on, we've got Ochako, Mina, Ochako, Atsui. All those characters are running throws and can find them exceptionally well. I think the big thing about this Wallcling existing is we probably wanted more plus ultras to make the Wallclings even more useful later on in our chains. Yeah, I think Wallcling. I think that this is probably the right call, just based on the deck that we're playing. We're not trying to play a ton of 5 diffs late. I mean, this is a 5 diff printed, but it's actually a 3 diff because we're writing the 2 face downs. This is, I mean, so 4 diff, 3 diff. This is the only 5 diff that we're wanting to play on our turn. So having the 4x 4 checks is not bad. It's not bad. Yeah. Crazy. 2 high blocks, 3rd high block. Maybe just to fight Fury decks? I don't know. The bonds in the sideboard is what's interesting. Once again, I would just rather have the self-sacrifice for the low block, but I guess we have instant shining. I don't know. Yeah, all in all I can say about it is shout outs to Rico Cross for his stunning 6th place finish. We'll move on. We have Who'da Thunk? Another Ochako deck. Shout outs to Jarrett Hubbard, our second last Ochako, playing on the symbol that I played. And fun fact for everybody, this is the Ochako list that knocked me out of Top Cut contention. This was my winning in fight, and I ended up losing it. This is my exact list. Sans, he took out the 3... who took out the 3 long-lasting explosions for 3 tongue smacks. I ended up changing up my list ever so slightly, at least attack-wise. Excuse me. I ended up changing my list in order to play some stuff. But like 4 sound waves, 4 home run, 4 electric jolt. I was originally only playing 2 indiscriminate. I wasn't playing 4-0 Gravelifts. Okay, he got me there. I was playing the other flash moves in order to get it. But yeah, I mean this list absolutely rolled me. He won the die roll and he did super neat Ochako things. The last in game 3, he played triple home run comet in order to close out the game. He and this was on turn 2, right? Or turn 3, excuse me. He played 4 foundations, and then he proceeded to play a bunch of attacks and like put me to 13 or whatever, and then he proceeded to play 4 home run comets, 3 home run comets to end the game. Ended with 2 foundations because he kept stuffing with the home run comets. It was crazy. It was very, very good. Very, very cool. How many cards in the deck? 63. Technically, man, he's playing 1 more card than me. Playing 1 less attack, and he drew so hot. Livid. Actually livid. To be fair, he was playing 3 more cards that draw him a card, and so I can't be upset about that. He technically had more draw power than I did. Onto the foundations. Charged up makes sense. You want 4 of this so you can get your jolts and / or get whatever card you want to pick up with Ochako. Cresting is insane. Best foundation in the best foundation use that the card has. Best character to use the foundation in. That's what I'm trying to say. This character plays this card the best. 3 is perfect. 4 is perfect. 4 is good. I think I might be down to a 3 of, but maybe not. I don't like Infinite Potential. I've said it before. 4 wealthy is crazy. This is such an all-in on the home run comet play, and I love it. It also does say that like your specialized sound waves are a little freer, because the biggest thing with specialized sound waves is it feels bad removing one of these attacks that that known information attack. And so if you just like rip a random one off the top and you remove it, even if it is an attack, you don't care because you didn't know it was an attack. Yeah, this card feels fine, and he traded out his Wealthy Aspirations for the Observant Students. He's only mainboarding 2, and he's like, yo, I'm never gonna get to Deadlock. This card will be hella dead, and that is how I feel about that. I will say that the tactic of Observant Student in a Destined for Mainstream Success is clutch, but maybe not clutch enough to mainboard the 4 and 4. I know that I certainly am. And I think I'm only mainboarding 3 wall clings. Yo, Kojo369. Thank you for picking this up. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm only playing 3, but it looks like he does not have any room inside of his sideboard in order to make that happen. Triple Encouraging is great. We don't lose those hella fast decks, including the Mirror Match. Meteor Shower for things like Nomu. 1 Concentrate for the Bird. I think it's weird this is at a 1 of. I think I played mine at a 2 of. And then the 4th Arrogant Disposition for punch decks, I guess, question mark. And then the Hakagure for the decks that you want to slow down. Like, this card all by its lonesome says that Nomu can never beat you again. This card's so good against Nomu. All in all, I think this is another cool take on Ochako. It is a fun air deck to play, and I really suggest it. After seeing the power of Tongue Smack this weekend and last weekend, I'm certainly going to be trying it in my air Ochako decks. Maybe taking out, maybe making some changes and seeing how well this works, because it's just like a safer version of Specialized Sound Waves. I don't think I cut Specialized for Tongue Smack like Levi did last weekend. I think this card is too good to not play this as well. The big thing is this is just like this is a tactic card. I have to play something first, which is totally chill because it's probably something like Electric Jolt, or maybe even it's Specialized, right? Specialized into Tongue Smack is chef's kiss. Feels great. All right, we specialize into Tongue Smack. We commit. We pick up Specialized. We play Specialized on a 3, on a 5, on a 4. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, the big thing that I'm missing out of this deck actually is I'm missing the 2/5 Denki card. What is the name of that card? Shock Treatment, I think. I think a 1x Shock Treatment would make me feel fantastic. I think that's actually my MVP of this deck as a whole, is just Shock Treatment. It's a 5th, and I play 2 of it, so 6th versions of Electric Jolt that just sit in your stage as opposed to in your momentum. And it's way harder to interact with those. Like, it's only Evil Gaze, it's only Apathetic. And so I think that card saves you so much, so often with this character. The unique one, correct? Yep, correct. Yeah, Shock Treatment. I think that card's insane. That card's so good. Cards nuts. And it's the reason that I don't want to play Life. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that's the sole reason I wouldn't want to play Life. I'd be down to play Chaos. I'd be down to play Air. No Life, just because I don't get Shock Treatment, and I don't get Jolt. I think Jolt's also another messed up card. We'll move on to Kyle Goguen. Kyle Goggen's Mina Comet Part 2. So yeah, this character's rad. I disrespected this character as soon as the game came out. I thought this character was borderline terrible, like really bad. But she has constantly climbed her way higher and higher. with these diehard Mina fans who say, you know, turning one of these bad cards in my hand into a good card from the top of my deck is worth it, right? Like, I'm down to commit a couple resources, discard a card, and I'll play this Frog Lashing as my 5th card for free, and I have 17 face-down foundations, and I'll just kill you with it. Playing Zero Gravity Lift for free as your 4th card feels great. This is insane value, and the fact that she can leverage her 20 health and push it up to 24, 25, 26, 26 health is really good. Able to play Home Run Comets, hella late in the chain, Amphibious Ambush with Meteor Shower. This deck has got everything going for it that you want, right? The fact that Ambush, even if you like play a Meteor Shower as a poke, it gets full blocked. You play Foundation, you check an Ambush. You don't get to combo it because you have Foundations in the way, but you do just get to snap this Meteor Shower to your momentum. Right, like this is just like an insane tactic with this character, just checking it, ripping it off the top. Feels great. Triple Plus Ultra is wonderful. Force Shining Instant Flash. Once again, I guess this is fine. It's fine. 4 Naval Laser Beam. Disruption in the sideboard. Probably taking things out like Ambush or maybe like 1 Home Run Comet ? To play the Naval Laser Beam. I mean, Breaker 2 is insane when you don't get to go first. And then Foundation-wise, it looks just like your classic life deck. Interesting, only 3 passing, but we are a 7-hander, I guess. It's just the big thing is we have to discard a card, and this card gives us that card back. You know what I'm saying? This card gives us that card back. First deck I've seen with Glamorous in it. A lot of people have been sleeping on Glamorous. I think our only life decks have been Ochako, though. And maybe Ochako doesn't need that card because of how she's playing the game. What other life characters exist? We've got Ayama, we've got Momo, we've got Ochako, we've got Asui. No, Asui's under life, correct? Maybe Asui plays this card too, but who knows? Asui should definitely play this card because it unflips stuff. But yeah, I think this card is neat. It lets you say that you can be a little more liberal with your tight-lipped. Does Mina play better under life or water? I believe that this is the highest Mina's ever gotten in a top cuts, and it's under life. And so I guess it's probably just life, right? Like, I think Meteor Shower might just be the thing that pushes her over the edge, like turning, like finding 1 Meteor Shower and being able to turn your entire momentum into a bunch more attacks, and then play a bonus attack at the very end. Probably where it's at, you know? They're 2 very different decks. Tape Swing changes her game plan by a lot. I guess that's fair. But then, like, you're running the risk of, like, running 2s. Right, Nero? Like, Tape Swing does feel very good in this character. But, like, checking a 2 and then discarding the card and then trying to play it, like, is rough. All in all, I think this deck is fine. I do like the Glamorous in here. I think this is neat. Amphibious is a cool tech because, like, there's actually no inherent discarding from card pools, sans Amphibious Ambush and Zero Gravity Lift. So, like, these 2 cards turn on this card, like the perfect example of, like, a tactic. Yeah. Is there a way? Man, this is crazy. We easily could just put Ochako inside of our sideboard. How big's our deck? What, 65? This is a fine number. We could easily put Ochako inside of our sideboard in case we do need that extra 20 health if we're, like, going second or something, you know? Because, like, we're still playing 4x Meteor Shower, 4x Amphibious Ambush, and that's, like, just, like, that's just good enough in order to make it happen. So it's interesting that we just don't have it, you know? Yeah. And it's totally chill that our Tongue Whip can't clear because we've got Zero Gravity Lift to clear it. Like, if we were able to clear Tongue Whip inside of Ochako, I think life is the answer. Life finds a way. Yeah. All in all, if you check an attack on your first turn as Mina, can make that attack as your next card? Nope, you are not allowed to. You just have them last. You just play them last if you don't have lift. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Now we're talking. Hey, claps in chat for Kyle. Hey, playing a healthy ratio of blocks. Look at this. Doesn't have single-digit low blocks. Insane. What a mad lad. No wonder you only got 4th. All in all, yeah, great deck, Kyle. I'm so happy that your Mina deck has shown up. You've really worked on it. big shout outs, constantly in the chat. Congrats, man. Congrats. I'm happy for you. Okay, we've got Rikido Sato. This is our third place deck by another fan of the show, Nick Reagan. Big shout outs. The man who updates the TTS boards that I use. So you know, big. Speaking of claps in chat for Big Nick there. Attack wise, you got 18 attack. How big's our deck? You got a little baby deck. Of course, we got a little baby deck. 16 attacks, 400 kick, 4 extend, 4 future charge, 3 reverse throw, 3 burst. He says I'm cutting the 4 future charge, the 3 reverse throw, and the 1 short circuit, and 2x passing the torch, and replacing them with who knows what. We'll actually just run like a 39 card deck, and it'll be easy. What a baby game. This game's easy when I only got 39 cards in my deck and I get to cycle twice per turn. That's tight. All in all, yeah, I could see this. Maybe the reverse throw doesn't quite get you there how you want. It does say the words draw 1 card on it, but it's not at the timing that we want for the plus damage. It's just more hand advantage, right? You're like it forces it out. That's a secret for regionals. Yeah, man. Yep, it's a secret. It's super a secret. Yeah, I can easily see grasping feels better for deadlock pressure in this deck. 100%. Yeah, that's the suggestion I would make is grasping. And once again, I think Indiscriminate Shock is insane in this deck. It has stun 3 on it at the bare minimum. At the bare minimum, it has stun 3. Also, Electric Jolt's insane in our deck, right? This is a fantastic disruption. We'll see where the rest of it goes. We'll see where the rest of it goes. Also, the fact that you're playing this kick engine, it might be like useful enough to play the whatever this card's called, the 4 low for 6 clear my kicks from my card pool card, whatever that card's called. Chat, help me out. Chat, help. Chat, I need you. Chat, help. Whatever that one's called. On to the foundations. Reciprocal acceleration. Yeah. It could be there instead of the future charges, right? Like it'd be like a 2. Handshake? Nah, handshake already here. It just says that we could extend further with all these cards that we draw. That's all it says. 4 column backup. Mandatory. Love this. I love this. I think this is honestly the biggest difference between Nick's deck and Marquise's deck is his calling. Triple passing, or 4 questing makes sense. I want to see 2 shock treatments out of you, Nick. 2 shock treatments is sick. Short circuit sucks. Once again, don't play this card. It's bad. Double tape is interesting with only the 2+ ultra. I guess this is fine. Self-sacrifice is cool. Classmate introductions. I would love to know how good Classmates was. I think this card is not very good, but I guess it like just gives a bunch of speed on some stuff, and that might just be good enough, right? 4 heroic, triple bonds, 1 sticky balls. We're playing more sticky in the sideboard. We're playing no creepy. We're playing no bonus sticky balls. Classmate was the MVP. Speak to that, King. Chris Bromley has made me drink the Kool-Aid that this card is bad. Am I wrong? Is he wrong? Is unfun man wrong? The big things that we are missing here. Well, you're also unfun-pilled, Nero. The big thing that I think we're missing here is we're missing things along the lines of, not heroic lineage, natural leader or whatever. It's the same. Is natural leader. I think natural leader is insane in a deck with that runs reciprocal burst. I don't think it needs to be like a 4 of, but I think a 3 of is great. I love the 3x fulfill my duty in the sideboard. I think it does exceptionally well versus a lot of the field. And I'm happy. I'm so happy it's not mainboarded in any copies. I think that is 100% the right call. If we were playing a bigger, thicker deck, I think that playing more of this card would be cool. But I don't think we need to. Classmates has done very well in my test games. Hell yeah. All in all, like I don't have very much to say about it that I haven't said in previous decks. I don't like Short Circuit. If you like class-based introductions and it was putting in work, I love that. Maybe that's enough because of how much damage you're pumping on things, like forcing them to block so that your things get in later. One Sticky Balls is a little suspect. Maybe if we can find room for a second one. But at the same time, like, we're cutting out some cards. Like, we're cutting out the Reverso. We're cutting out the Short Circuits. You said that in chat. And so, like, we need to make sure that we keep our low blocks up. 10 high blocks, my guy. 10 high blocks and only 2 tape? Were you just cracking heads? Is that what was happening, Scavenger? Is that what you were doing? Just cracking skulls? Huh. Loading up on Smarties and Nerds and just popping off? Getting the sugar rush? Yeah. Yeah, anywho, big shout outs to Nick Reagan, 3rd place. I think this deck is nuts, and I think that Sato is going to see a huge increase in the characters that want the players that want to play this deck, especially as we start getting more promos. The redemption is out. But I will say that I am going to make fun of you. I will make fun of you if I see a non-foil Sato sitting across from me. I'm just saying, it's foil or nothing. If you had to trade in your 40 pack wrappers, I'm gonna point and laugh. I just am. And that's my God-given right, because you didn't accidentally find Sato. Moving on, we have our 2nd place deck. We've got Ryan Fields' Ochako deck under Chaos. The first Chaos deck that's done anything, right? The first Chaos deck that's done anything in any of these events. Am I wrong here? Am I wrong? This is the first Chaos deck, right? Who else could be Chaos? No Todoroki. No Tokoyami. Chaos Tokoyami was prevalent early on before the Kirishima reigned. Did a Chaos Mina? First Chaos in finals? For sure. If there was a Chaos deck, it had to have been Mina, right? This might be the first Chaos deck that has topped anything so far, provisional wise. Let's take a look. 4 Gravity Lift, 3 Meteor Showers. I love this. I love 3 Meteor Showers. I think 3 Meteor Showers is sick. I think that is so cool. It's a very cool way, because how often does the 4th shower really get you there? You know, if we want a 4th shower, we need to play the 0 Gravity Lift beforehand. Indiscriminate Shock, stunning. Haha. 4 Ice Storm, I think, is the big appeal to this Ochako, right? It is better pound for pound than the Naval Laser Blast, Naval Laser Beam, whatever that card's called, the other Breaker 2, 2-minute block Breaker 2. Chaos Mina has not topped a Provisional yet. Okay. Yeah, so this is the first Chaos top. 3 Electric Jolt, I'm losing my mind. Ryan. Why no 4? And by Ryan, I mean, since this was stolen, and we all know who :0 Gravity Morning is, Satonis, I know you're still here. Why 3 Jolt and not 4? That's my big question, young man. This card's nuts. We've got the 4th in the board, I guess. When is this card not good? When would we not want 4 of these bad boys? That's my question. That's my question to you, sir. I think every symbol has made a top 4 at a major event except Evil. Lanoko, I would love for you to fact check that, because if so, what a sick statistic. More about deck slimming. You think that it'll be 4 in CR? You think that Jolt is better than Gravity Lift? You don't want to just play 21, man? 21's fine. 21 is fine. It'll be 4 in Crimson Rampage? Okay. Cool. I'm into that. Thank you, Sabatic Cartage. So this is the main card. This card and this card are the main 2 cards to really push for wanting to play under Chaos. The disruption that the Chaos symbol has as Ochako's engine, it gets to be this aggressive flow machine, right? Like they get to do this. she gets to like pile on damage, pile on speed exceptionally well, and so having the irrefutable force, having the ice storm to tell my opponent, no, stop playing the game, I need to do stuff, is really, really cool. Same thing with like self-assured, right? Being able to change that zone. It's just as good as your wall cling, except for it's a commit cost as opposed to a flip cost, so it's not up to 4 times per game. It is, I can do it X times per game as long as I have the ability to commit it and still feel safe about blocking. I love Ryan. I love the 4 irrefutable in here. Tim, I love it. I love it. Triple wealthy is interesting. I mean, obviously we all know the secret hidden text of this card is not the response flip. It's actually the enhance remove, which lets us double use jolt, which means since I'm playing so many wealthy aspirations, I could just play jolt and feel fine about it, right? Could play triple jolt and feel fine because I get to reuse them. One of these gets to become a fourth one. Great. Shark treatment to chew of. Hey, love that. That's 2 wealthy and 1 concentrate if Ryan owns any. Okay. 4 clever, 4 encouraging feels great. So like the big thing is we just want to ice storm forever. Our game plan here, as this Ochako deck, is we want to play something like Jolt. We on our prime turn, on turn 2, we play Jolt, we slam it, or like we slam it indiscriminate, right? And we force that low block out of them. And then we play Ice Storm, and it hits. And we don't use Ochako, and we put Ice Storm underneath our character inside of our momentum, and we stare at our opponent and go, I have a 2 mid block with Breaker 2 anytime that I want it. Anytime that I want it, I can just pick it up out of my pocket unless you have some sort of momentum hate, right? And so this is where this card is at. And so having things like Encouraged Training Partner, Clever Distraction, Self-Assured, Charged Up. Charge Up says that you get to go take your Ice Storms and just jam them into your momentum if that's how you want to play the game. It's like play the world's most disruptive Ochako ever. This Chaos is the deck to do it, where Air Ochako is just trying to get the job done. Life Ochako is trying to windmill capoeira your card pool. Chaos Ochako is saying don't play the game. Don't play the game. Ice Storm gets to actually swing for 10 after they block 10,000. Yeah. Because this card has the powerful 3, right? So it goes from 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we Stronger in Darkness for the bonus damage. Yeah, love that too. And the fact that like Charged Up gets to work on it. The fact that we've got like way more. I mean, we just get to like snap more momentum with things like Zero Gravity Lift. Yeah, I like this. I like this list a lot. I think this list is super rad. And I think it takes a really intelligent player to play it and understand when to pop off your defensive disruptive pieces. So kudos. 0 actions in the main board, which I love. I'm not even liking the one plus ultra in my main board. I wish I could cut it. But 2 plus ultra in the sideboard, which is the number that I play in air. Triple Short Circuit. I think this is in here because it's actually decent under Chaos, and I think it's a good option for the deck, but it just feels like it's definitely swingy, which is why I wouldn't mainboard it. 1 Jolt, 1 0 Gravity Capture. I think this card is suspect. I don't know if there's a better low block option. Yeah, it has Deadlock on it, but like actually who cares? 3rd Home Run, 4th Meteor for Nomu, I'm assuming, and then Frozen for Nomu. Yeah, looks good. Wait, is this it's the 3rd Frozen. Yeah, this looks fine. This looks like a sick list. Maybe you could take the Frozen and make it a 2nd Self-Assured, or even take the 0 Gravity Capture and make it a 2nd Self-Assured to help you with your block zones, as opposed to playing like this incredibly blank card. But who knows? I'm sure you've done more work with the Chaos version than I have, Satanis. All in all, I think this deck is the Frozen is the other concentrate at the moment. I see. Yeah, I would have, instead of the Frozen, I would probably just play the Self-Assured just to really make sure. Very spooked about my low block count. Yeah. Hey, look, you think 11 is low? Have you seen these other deck lists? I think that's why Self-Assured just has to be on your board. I think it just has to be. And if they happen to like destroy it with like an Evil Gaze or an Apathetic or interact with it some way, having the second option to get it is cool. But I will say that the cool thing about like Self-Assured or the cool thing about Ochako, right, is we could trade out inside of the game, right? We play Zero Gravity Lift, it hits them, we charged up, we stack the Self-Assured in our momentum, we pick it up with Ochako. Ooh. Just fact checked, all in Evil are the symbols that have not hit top 4 or higher. Crazy. And it's probably because the all deck doesn't have like one of its characters isn't working for it very well, right? Like the foundations that All Might brings to the all symbol like is not great. Interesting. I bet an all Jiro could crack top 4. I don't know about all Momo, and I don't think all Eraserhead could do it. Crimson Rampage comes out, and I bet an all deck hits. So there's that. But that's tight. That's really sick for set 1. That's cool. And then lastly, big shout outs to All Sato. Yeah. Why? What does he play? All Sato? Just play Eraserhead stuff? Randomly, like, just all of All Mights? It can't be all of All Mights, so you don't have enough options. It just has to be Staff Strike Sato. Staff Strike gets more damage. That's what that card needs. More damage. Big shout outs to Ryan. Big shout outs to Ryan. And then lastly, we have our provisional winner. Rookie of the Year, Daniel Nelson. Playing Atsui 1. He abandoned the burb just long enough to go clutch a provisional. We'll see how he feels. I know in his post-win interview, he was maybe thinking about playing Atsui for the regional. So we'll have to see. He said that he took and net decked Jose Narono's list, and Jose ended up getting like 18th or so, and he made like 4 changes to the deck. And so we'll just see how it is. 4 lashing, 4 whip. Obviously, this is how we kill people. 4 frog kick, stunning on defense and on offense, really, just to get to re-ready some stuff. 3 heat waves to draw a bunch of cards. Eat my sticky balls at the 3 of. I love this option. It's a great high block. 3 ice storm and then 1 grasping tape toss. I want to say that in his interview, he said that the grasping was the main difference that him and Jose had, is he wanted it in the main board. And we definitely know that it's the difference between him and Brandon Jones, who also topped with Atsui. With very similar looking lists. Double plus ultra main boarded, which is great because we're playing 4 tape and 3 wall clay. 4th and sideboard. Okay, cool. Sideboard though, we've got 1 more Eat My Sticky, 1 more Ice Storm, double grasping tape toss, probably for the deadlock. We want the mid block disruption. We need another high block, and we want to stuff their card pool more. Right? We easily can take out a frog kick, one of these frog kicks for another Eat My Sticky balls. I think that's great. Foundation wise. 4 tape, 4 creepy, 4 amphibious. This makes sense. 4 desperate times. He did say he wanted the 4th desperate time, which is the thing that Bromley said during the interview. Double irrefutable, still crazy to me. Double irrefutable is how he is crazy to me, and we do have 1 more in the sideboard. I think this card's just such a sick 2 of. Self-Assured, the Daniel special. This kid loves to draw 2 cards off of the Self-Assured. He'll have 4 ready foundations, one of which is a Self-Assured. He'll pop it 10 out of 10 times. If he can draw 2 cards off this bad boy, he's doing it. 2 frozen, 3 sticky balls, not 4. Interesting. 4th on the board. Nope. Triple risk completed, feels great. Double first fill encounter. It's interesting because like I've never played. How many cards is the deck? 60 even. 60 even. Okay. 20, 25, 15. Fine numbers. Cut this to this, but we're also playing tape and desperate times, so I guess it's fine. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. The only water deck that I've made personally is Todoroki, and like I'm sitting at like a 72 card Todoroki deck because you have to, right? Also, what up, Kestrel? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say. I love Irrefutable Force of Nature. I think that I would want it at a 3 of main boarded. It also helps with our low block count. Like even pushing this up to 16 might be where it's at. What's a mid block that I could get rid of? What's a lame mid block I can get rid of? You know, we don't need any of these amphibiouses. Get them out of here. Get them all gone. Maybe not. Maybe actually just pushing up to like 61 cards might be it, but that like pushes us away from drawing hot because we are definitely over the 2/3 option. It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know. It also might just be personal preference, right? I think Irrefutable is insane. It's insane. It's a cracked card. All in all, chat and the people in the comments, what are you guys' thoughts on the top 8 lists? I am so happy. We only had the only top 8 repeaters we had, where we had the triple Ochakos. I mean, but we had Nomu, All Might, Ochako, Mina, Sato, and Asui were our top. Insane. I am so incredibly happy with how the set 1 meta has turned out. Some of the healthiest I've ever seen for any card game in its infancy stages of a brand new format. So kudos to everybody at Jasco as the meta has evolved. I'm excited to see what in 2 weeks the regionals look like. And big shout outs not just to Daniel for taking down this provisional, but for literally everybody who played in the event and top cutted. I am so incredibly proud of the community. So good job and kudos. With that, if you liked the video, once again, don't forget to do all the cool YouTube stuff, like, comment, share, subscribe. Share these top lists with your friends. If you want to be competitive at the My Hero collectible card game, it is important that you understand what is winning events and what you need to do to prepare for them. So with that, you guys, thank you much for watching, and I wish you well.